La Yashala. Alright, everybody, Imadium, which means to stand. Upon Helquadum, which means turn and face the east. Sar. We're going to be starting with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malapaka, Daba'a, Ratazak, Haya, Eshaba, Ratazak, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakham, Kao, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kawap Wap Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawap Wap Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabaya Nawa, Manasaya Wan, Abal, Hawashaya Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Wahatapar, Rat, Lawalamyam, Aman, in English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Hakat, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Babakashai, Nathan Lanawa, Hakat, Hakat, La Pa'a, Kal Makala, Wakal Marawa, Hakat, La Tahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakat, La Hakwim, Hamathium, Hakat, Awakawa, Hatamala, Nagar Shan, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Wada Aman, in English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against the unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushai, thank you. So be it. Prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha'Allah, Waha, Ba'yaf Barak, Rapah, Magan, Hagan, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Wada Aman. What we just said was, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones. In the name of Yahushai, thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahaharyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ai, Zarya, Isaiah, Ma'am, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Warataza, Al Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hanala, Yanawam, Wala Yashan, Shawamar, Yashala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Yakayaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamar, Makal Rai, Yashamor, Afna Pashka, Yahweh, Yashamor, Taza Afka, Wabaaka, Ma'ita, Wa'ida, Walam, Aman. In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al-Damiyalaka, Al-Fakarash, wa Al-Fashakwat, Al-Kayahana, Abayabika, Yahama Yawan, Wamashanaka. Salakia. Now, Salakia. Wamashanaka, Nashawa, where Ash, Al Haimaka, Yarayam, Sawad, where they I Tazawa, Al Tazap Pawanyaka, or Mawa, Lakawa, Wanakakita, Magoya, Wala Yazakar, Shamya Shala, Iwad Kaya, Nawa Tazawa, Lab Hadwa, Ayaka, Barayaf, Yakarafwa, Ahau Yadawam, Wayashamaoyam, Mawaba, Hagorium, Gabal, Waimawan, Waimalak, Palashap, I'm Yashabia, Tazawar, Gamashawar, Nalawai, Mam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labanyalawat, Salah, Aisha, Laham, Hamadium, Kasaya, Sarah, Kayabia, Badnakal, Koyashwan, Salakia, Neshamadu, Bayanda Ra, Harwa, Daman, Nadama, Shayatama, no Salakia. Shayatama, Nadiyama, Wakai Rab, Wakazaba, Wakazaba, Wakazazamanai, Kal Nasaya Kamwa, Ashar, Amawa, Nayarashala, Nawa, Af, Nawaf, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatama, Kagagala, Kakwash, Lapanya Raka, Kaash, Deba Ayara, Wakalahaba, Wabasawapathka. No, Salaki, I skipped a line. Dalahat, Haryam, Khan, Thirdatma, Basaarka, Wabasawapapka, Tabahalom, Malaha, Panyahom, Kwawan, Waya Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya Baawa, Idi, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Daiwa, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadka, Al, Yawan, Al, Kaha, Rataza, Aman, in English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asa also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them, as unto the Midianites, as to Sisir, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kasan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeb, yea, of the princes as Zabah, and as Amunah, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded, and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame, and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So be it. Sar, which means to turn. Imadium, which means to sit. Alright. We're going to pick up where we left off last week. The book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 35. Did I say 27? Salakia. Genesis chapter 26, verse 22. Salakia. Reading in the Hebrew first. Wayathak, Masham, Wayakapar, Ba'ar, Acharath, Wala, Rabawah, Ila, Aliyah, Wayakora, Masha, Rakha, Bawath, Wayamar, Kaya, Aita, Harakayab, Yahweh, Lanawa, Waparya, Nawa, Waparayanawa, Ba'arataza. Verse 23. Waya'il, Masham, Ba'ar, Shabai. Verse 24. Wayara'a, Al Yawa, Yahweh, Bala, Yalah, Hahawa'a, Wayamar, Anakya, Ahawya, Abaraham, Abayak, Al Dayara, Kaya, Adak, Anakya, Wabara, Kathyak, Waharab, Yathya, Ath, Zaraik, Ba'ibawar, Abaraham, Ibadya. Hey. Quiet. Salakia. Gabby. Quiet. Verse 25. Alright. Wayaban, Sham, Mazabach, Wayakora, Basham, Yahweh, Wayat, Sham, Ahawyawa, Wayakora. It's like, no, that's not right. Wayakarwa, Shom, Ibadia, Yatazak, Ba'ar. Verse 26. Bayamalak, Halak, Allah, Al-Yawa, Alayawa, Magarar, Kazaf, Mara, Ahayawa, Wapaya Kal, Shar, Tazaba, Awa. Verse 27. Wayamar, Alahom, Yatazakak, Mada Wai, Ba'atham, Alya, Wa'atham, Shana'atham, Atya, Wata Shalach, Wanya, Amathakam, verse 28. Wayamarwa, Ra'awa, Yanwa, Kaya, Hayaha, Yahawa, Aimak, Wana Amar, the Haya, Na'a, Alya, so like Allah, Bayana Wath, Yanawa, Baya, Salaki, Bayana, Yanawa, Wabaya Nak, Wana Karatha, Baya Baryath, Imak. All right. Now in the English, Genesis chapter 26, verse 22. And he removed from thence and digged another well, and for that they strove not. And he called the name of it Rehoboth. And he said, for now the Most High have made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. Verse 23. And he went up from thence to Beersheba. Verse 24. And the Most High appeared unto him the same night, and said, I am the power of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and will bless thee, and will multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. Verse 25. And he builded an altar there, and called upon the Most High, and pitched his tent there, and there Isaac's servants digged a well. Verse 26. And Abimelech, then Abimelech went to him from Gerar, and Ahuzah, one of his friends, and Pekal, the chief captain of his army. Verse 27. And Isaac said unto them, wherefore come ye to me, seeing ye hate me, and have sent me away from you? Verse 28. And they said, we saw certainly that the Most High was with thee. And we said, let there be now an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee. You understand? That's heavy, because the Bible says even your enemies, when you are one with the Lord, even your enemies, you'll find peace with your enemies. You understand? I'm paraphrasing. But that's the power that we serve. Sometimes we serve the power that we serve, the Most High God. Sometimes it may not make sense when we're serving the Lord. And what I mean by that, you come into the truth and we change our life to serve the Lord. And it's certain things you may get a counsel. You may not like the advice you get through the counsel. You may not see clear why we need to do things. But dealing with the men of the Lord that the Most High God chose to lead the nation, you understand, like he chose Abraham, you don't see things a certain way because, we may not be willing to accept it. We may be afraid. We may be holding on to some things from the past. But when we open our eyes and things get clear, you'll see that the men of the Lord is definitely with the Isupk under Commander Jeniahana, just like the Lord was with Abraham. And now his enemies, you understand, the people he didn't get along with, if they became peaceful for him because they seen the Lord was with him. You know what I mean? It bought peace, serving the Lord. You know what I mean? Doing the things that are right. All right, moving on. Genesis chapter 26, verse 29. The Aisha, Imanoah, Ra'ai, Shar, La'ah, Nagai, Nawak, Waka, Shar, Aisha, Aishayanawa. Ya Aishayanawa. Aimat Rock Tawab. Wana Shalach Lakak. Wana Shalakak. Bashalawam. Abda Aida Barawak Yahweh. Verse 30. Waya Aish Lahom Mashata Waya Kawa Waya Shathwa. Verse 31. Waya Shakayamwa Babakora Waya Shabaywa Ayash La Kayawa Waya Shalakam Yataza Kak Wayalakawa Ma'athwa Bashalawam. Verse 32. Wayahaya Bayawam Haha Wa'a Wayaba'awa Iba Daya Yataza Kak Wayagadawa Lawa Aw Adawath Haba Ar Ashar Kaparwa Waya Marwa Lawa Mataza Anwa Mayam. Verse 33. Waya Quora Abda Shabbat I'll Khan Sham Ha'ai Yar Ba'ar Shabai Id Hayawam Hazaha. 34. Wayahaya Aishwa Ban Araba Ayam Shana Wayakwa Asha Ath Yahaw Slaki Yahawadayath Bath Ba'arya Hakathya Wa'ath Bashamath Bath Ayalawan Hakathya. Verse 35. Wathahayayan Marath Rarach Layatazakak Wala Bakwa. Yeah, I think that's right. Wayala Bakwa. Alright, that's it. Alright, in the English, Genesis chapter 26, verse 29. That thou will do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee, as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now the blessed of the Most High. Verse 30. And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink, and they rose up betimes in the morning, and sware one to another, and Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. Verse 32. And it came to pass that same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, We have found water. 33. And he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. Verse 34. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beri, and Hittite, and Bathsheba, the daughter of Elon, the Hittite, which were a grief of mine unto Isaac and Rebekah. So why was it a grief to mine, to Isaac and Rebekah? Because these were heathen nations. These were nations that we wasn't supposed to be marrying to. So it was grievous for Rebekah and Isaac. You understand? You see the difference between, because this story, if you was listening last week, we went into the breakdown of how Esau and Jacob, these two nations that was in Rebekah's womb, were different. They were two manner of people. We were separated. And Lord separated us because he knew Esau didn't care about his birthright. He knew Esau, I said Esau, I don't know why I'm saying it like that. He knew Esau was, he wasn't the Lord's favorite. You understand? Just to He wasn't chosen by the Lord. The Lord didn't care about him. And he was, he's a heathen. He's a disgusting heathen. He's a man of the field. And you see how Isaac, he had peace. He's chilling. He's simple. He didn't go back on his word. He doesn't go back on his oath. He cared about his birthright. He cared about his brothers and sisters. He cares about what his mother and his father, taught him how to serve the Lord. He cared about that. But Esau didn't care about that. He went straight out and married some heathen like a lot of brothers do today. A lot of brothers and sisters go out and marry heathens because they think that grass is greener on the other side, because they go and submit to another power, because we don't care about our covenant with the Most High God, especially we go marry some heathen. We shouldn't be anything like Esau. We should strive to be like our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You understand? That's the importance of understanding where we come from and the birth of Esau, someone who we should not be like on any type of level. I know it's hard to see today because our oppressor has had us in captivity for over 500 years and has turned us against each other. Like the prayer we just read this morning in Psalms, the 83rd chapter. They conspired against the Lord's people to tear us down. But the Isupk is here to build the nation back up. We're telling the truth. We're exposing the devil for who he is and exposing all the lies. And we're brainwashing our people, our brothers and sisters, meaning we're cleaning the filth that is on our minds so we can see who we are as a nation, man. That's what the Isupk does, and that's why we're so important. We have to get all that filth out of our mind that we learned in the Christian church and we learned from our oppressor in order to serve the Lord. That's why this breakdown is important. And that's why knowing the history and coming to these Sabbath services and classes is important so we can know who we are. You understand? Let's move on. So we go into Genesis, the 27th chapter, starting in verse 1. And I'm going to try to sit up. I got this camera kind of low right now to where it's cutting off my face, so Salakia for that. Check this. Okay, Sister Maria Stevenson. Shalom Yahweh Shema Latha Shemi Asha. How you doing, sis? All right, let's get back to it. All right. Genesis chapter 27, verse 1. Wayahaya Kaya Zakwan Yatazakak Watakahayan Ayananyawa Mara'af Wayakora Aishawa Banawa Hagadal Wayamar Alyawa Banya Wayamar Alyawa Hananiah. Verse 2. Wayamar Hana Na'a Zakwanathya La'a Yadaithya Yawam Mawathya. Verse 3. Wa'aitha Sham Salaki Sha'a Na'a Kalyak Galayak Wakwashatak Wataza'a Hashada Watazawa Laya Tazayada. Verse 4. Wa Aisha Laya Mata I'm Yam Ka Ashar Ahabayathya Wahaba Ya'a Laya wa Kala Ba'ai Bawar Dabara Kaka Napashya Bataram Amawath. Verse 5. Warbakwa Shama'ai Bada Bar Yatazakak Al Aishawa Banawa Wayalat Aishawa Hashada Latazawad Tazayad Lahabaya'a. Verse 6. Warbakwa Amara Al Yataza Kwab Bana, La Amar, Hana, Shama, 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 Abayak, Madabar, Al, Aishwa, Achayak, La Amar, verse 7. Habayah, Laya, Tazayad, Wa Aisha, Laya, Mata Ai, Mamyam, Wa Kala, Wa Abara. Okay, that's Rebecca. Wa Abara Ka, Wa Abara Ka, Lapanya, Yahweh, Lapanya, Mawathya, Salakia. That's it. Alright. In the English, Genesis chapter 27, verse 1. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old, and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called his eldest son, and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here I am. Verse 2. And he said, Behold, I am old, I know not the day of my death. Verse 3. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison. Verse 4. And make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. Verse 5. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son, and said, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison, and to bring it. Now you got Rebecca, look, she over here. This is Eve. This is a sister right here. This is a hardcore sister right here. She eavesdropping on her Ottawa, her husband, and her son's conversation. Because remember, back last week, Isaac favored Esau. He wanted to bless Esau because he was his favorite. He was his first boy. He was the firstborn. It's not necessarily because of that, but if you know Hebrew culture, the firstborn son usually gets the blessing and is usually the favorite by, most parents, especially their fathers. But Rebecca knew what the Lord had already told her, and she favored Jacob. You understand? She favored Jacob. She didn't favor Esau. So this is very important, this blessing, because this is how we become the children of Israel today, because of this blessing. You understand? And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. Verse 6. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, verse 7, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Most High, before my death. So she telling Jacob, she giving him the rundown, like this was your brother, this was your father told your brother. You understand? Like I said, that sister was eavesdropping on the conversation. She heard what you want to call it, being nosy, or whatever. But that's how it happened. That's how it started. All right, so we're going to get back into it in the Hebrew in verse 8. Genesis chapter 27, verse 8 in the Hebrew. Wa'aita banya shamai bakwoya la'amar anya matazawa atak. Verse 9. Lak na'a al hatazan wakwak laya masham shanya gadayaya izayam tabayam wa aisha atham mata mayam la abyak ka ashar ahab. Verse 10. Wahaba'af la bayak wa akal ba'aibar ashar yabara kaka lapanya mawa tawa mawathwa. All right, verse 11. Wayamar ya aikwa al raba kwa amawa han aishawa akia Ayash, Sha'ir, Nakia, Ayash, Kalak. Verse 12. Awalya, Yamashnawa, Abia, Wahayayathia, Ba'ai Yan Yawa, Kamath, come up the I, Salakia. Come up the I, Wahaba, Athya, Alya, Kuala, Wala, Salakia, Baraka, verse 13. Wata Amar, Lawa, Amawa, Alya, Kuala Lathak, Banya, Ak, Shemai, Bakwalaya, Walak, Kwak, Laya, verse 14. Wayalak, Waya Kwak, Waya Ba'a, La Amar, so like it, La Mawa, Wata Aish, Amawa, Mata'im Yum, Ka Ashar, Ahab, Abayawa. All right. In the English, Genesis chapter 27, verse 8. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Verse 9. Go now to the flock and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. Verse 10. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. Verse 11. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, behold, Esau is my brother, is a hairy man. So like Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. You understand? Well, look, he's a hairy beast out in the field, and Jacob like a smooth, he's a smooth brother. You know what I mean? We all know how the oppressor looks if they don't shave, or, how they look. They look like, they can look like very hairy. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. Verse 12. My father peradventure will feel me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. Verse 13. And his mother said unto him, upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice, and go fetch me them. So she said, let the curse be on me. If your father curse you, it's not going to be on you. Just obey my voice. Just listen to me. Because Rebekah already knows that her son is the one that's supposed to get the blessing. So she had to think. And I know a lot of Christians and fake Israelites, I've even heard fake Israelites say that Esau's birthright was stolen from him by Jacob. Because they feel like this is like some form of deception, or they feel like he didn't rightfully earn it. It doesn't matter how he got the birthright or the blessing. It doesn't matter how, the Lord used his mother to deceive Abraham, because he could have went back on the blessing, but he knew he couldn't. But the fact of the matter is that from the beginning, before they were in the womb, according to Romans chapter 9, what's that, about the 11th verse to the 13th verse, it explains before the womb, before they were even formed in the womb, that Most High hated Esau and he loved Jacob. It wasn't anything that they could have did to, it's nothing Esau could have did to change the Lord's mind. There's no work that he could have did. There's nothing Jacob could have did to not be chosen. It was chosen before they were even born. It said the elder shall serve the younger. So this is the Lord's plan. This is how the Lord wanted it to happen. So if you're the type of person that thinks, if you teach that the birthright was stolen and it was rightfully supposed to be Esau's, that means you're agreeing with all the wickedness that you see Esau does today. You're in agreement with all the things that he's done in the earth. All the lustful things, all the disgusting things with slavery. I mean, the Bible says the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. This nation of people has done nothing but wickedness since they've been ruling the planet earth. Since he was born. Since he was born, he sold his birthright for some soup. First thing he did, he married some women from another nation when he decided to get married. So he has proved nothing to the Most High why he should have a blessing since he was born, before he was born. So if you teach that, just know that you're in agreement with all the destruction and wickedness that our oppressor, who is the so-called white man, who is Esau, has been doing in this earth since he was born. You understand? His spirit is evil. He's wicked. So, it don't matter how the birthright was given. And I think that's it on that. We're going to get back to the Hebrew, and finish this out. All right, so we in Genesis chapter 27, verse 15 in the Hebrew. Watakwak, Rabakwa, Bagadaya, Aishwa, Bana, Hagadal, Hakama, Da, Ashar, Ata, Babayaf, Watala, Bash, Ya I Quab, Bana, Hakwa, Tan. Verse 16. Wa'af, Iraf, Gadayaya, Ha'izayam, Halabyasha, I'll, Yadayan, Wa'il, Kalakwaf, Tazawaryawa. Verse 17. What the Than, Hamata Yam, Hatama Ayam, Hama Salakia, Hama Ta Yam, Wa'af, Halaham, Ashar, Aishada, Bayad, Ya I Quab, Bana. Verse 18. Waya Ba'a, Al, Abaya Wan, Waya Mar, Abaya, Waya Mar, Hananya, Maya, Ata, Banya. Verse 19. Waya Mar, Ya I Qua, Al, Abayawa, Anakya, Aishwa, Bakarak, Aishayathya, Shar, Dabarath, Al-Ya, Kwam, Na'a, Shaba, Wa'a, Kala, Matazayadia, Ba'aiba War, Dabara, what's that? Dabara Kanaya, Napashak. Verse 20. Wayamar Yatazakat, Al, Banya, Ma, Za, Maharath, La Tazah, Banya, no, Banaya, Wayamar, Kaya, Hakwara, Yahawa, Alahayat, Lapanya. Verse 21. Wayamar Yatazakak, Al, Yata, Salaka, Ya'ai, Kwab, Gasha, Na'a, Masha, Waya Masha, Banya, Da, Za, Banaya, Aishwa, La'a. Alright, that's it. Alright, back to the English. Salaki, give me 1 second. I'm going back to the English right now.
I told you.
Alright, in English. Genesis chapter 27, verse 15. And Rebekah took goodly remnant of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them on Jacob her younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. Verse 17. And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. Verse 18. And he came unto his father, and said, My father. And he said, Here am I. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. Verse 20. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly? You understand? Because he said Esau went out to them fields. You know, Esau going out in the field, and he's a hunter. You know, the oppressor, the so-called white man, they'll go lay in a hole smelling like deer urine and manure for days to get the perfect kill. They'll sit there like a sniper in the military to hunt some animal, some buck, some ram, or whatever they're trying to kill. They want the best, and they will lay down on it, lay down in that area for however long it takes to get it. So Jacob's like, you know, Salakia. Isaac's like, dang, how'd you come up on this so quick? I thought it would have took you a little longer. You understand? And you notice how his mother had to put the goat skin on his hands, put the goat skin on his neck, so he can feel like his brother Esau, which was a hairy man. So right now she is, you know, deceiving Abraham, but she knows that this has to happen. Otherwise, Esau would get the blessing. You understand? Who the hell cares about deceiving Esau? He's a deceiver of the earth. He's the devil. You understand? Imagine if he had the blessing instead of Jacob. We would never get out of captivity. So like it. But blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, however, are God's chosen people, and the Lord blessed us, man. Just like he blessed our forefathers. So don't think that our blessing or Isaac getting his blessing is anything lower than him receiving the blessing like he was supposed to, as the Most High God said it would happen. You understand? So Isaac is blind. He can't really see. And Esau, and Jacob is dressed up as Esau and acting like his brother to receive this blessing that the Lord said that he would get. And Rebekah knows it. Verse 21, and Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near me, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. So Rebekah was smart. Jacob called it. He's like, man, my dad gonna know it's not me, and he's gonna curse me. But she already had it planned. She set it up. You know, sisters are clever. Sisters can be clever when they want to put together some plans. You watch some of these sisters in the UPK put together some plans, you'll be like, damn, sis, how'd you come up with that? You understand? You see some of the garments they create. You see some of the headpieces they create. You see some of the work that they put in this school, and it's absolutely amazing. You know what I mean? Only a One West sister would have been able to come up with this plan in order for her son to have this blessing. Not no sister in the world, because they too busy wanting their kids and their sons to be cute. You understand? They're not watching their kids in the world. They're not looking for the Most High God to bless their children. They're busy following Esau. They're busy following the oppressor. They're busy following the ways of the world, but not the sisters in the UPK, man. They know how to conduct themselves and how their children should conduct themselves in order to have blessings from the Most High, in order for this nation to grow and to come together and to be blessed by the Most High God. That's what Rebekah was about, and that's how our sisters should be. They called it. This is how you should lead your children. You understand? Let the fear be on you. Let the consequences be on you. We're here to protect our children. You understand? That's it on that. So we're going back to the Hebrew. Genesis chapter 27. Where we in verse 22. And we're going to read it in the Hebrew. Wayagash. Ya kwab. Al. Yatazakwak. Abba Yawah. Waya mash hawab. Waya hashamo. So like it. Waya mahashawa. Waya mar hakala. Kwawal. Ya kwab. Wahayadium. Yadia Aishawa. Verse 23. Wala'a hakaya. Hakayaryawa. Hakayarwa. Kaya hayawa. Yadaya wa kayadia. Aishawa akayawa. Sha'aira. Wayaba. Slaki. Slaki. Wayaba Rakawa. Alright, verse 24.
Oh my God, no.
Shemai. Wayamar Ata Za Anya Aishawa. Wayamar Anya. Verse 25. Wayamar Haga Sha Laya Wa Kala Matazayad Banya Lama Ain Dabara Kaka Napasha Waya Gash Lawa Waya Call Waya Ba'a Lawa Yayan Waya Shath. Verse 26. Waya Mar Al Yawa Yatazaka Abayawa Gasha Na'a Washaka Laya Banya. Verse 27. Waya Gash Waya Shak Lawa Waya Rak Yak Bagada Yawa Bagadiyawa Waya Ba Rakawa Waya Amar Ra'ak Banya Korya Shada Ashar Barakwa Yahweh. Alright, verse 28. Wayathan La Halahayim Matal Hashamayim Wamashamanya Manya. It's like it. Wamashamayim Rataza Rabah Gadan. It's like, Dagan Wate Yarash. Alright, back to the English. Genesis chapter 27, verse 22. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. So Jacob wasn't no fool. He's inspecting this, he's inspecting this real, even though in his blindness, he like, but this is Jacob's voice. But these are Esau's hands. So, I can understand him being a bit confused, but he just was examining and making sure, he was giving Esau the blessing. He thought he was. Verse 23. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, and his brother Esau's hands were and he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, as his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. Verse 24. And he said, art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. Verse 25. And he said, bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank.
Oh my God.
You understand? So, just to go back, Rebecca prepared this meal. She knew exactly, how her husband likes to be, how he likes to eat. You understand? A lot of sisters know how their husband's favorite meal is, or how to season it or cook it the exact way that he likes it. But he thought this was Esau preparing this meal for him, because, Esau likes to go out and hunt. And it wasn't Esau, it was Jacob. All right. Verse 26. And his father Isaac said unto him, come here now, and kiss me, my son. Verse 27. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Lord had blessed. You understand? So that's why his mother took the clothes, took Esau's clothes, and put them on Jacob, because his clothes smelled like the smell of the field, being outside. You understand? Verse 28. Therefore the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. This is the blessing he was getting. You understand? All right, let's move forward to back to the Hebrew. Genesis chapter 27, verse 29. Ya'ibado wak Imayam Wayasha the Kawa Lak La Aman La Amayam Hawa Gabayar La Achayak Wayasha the Kawawa Lak Banya Amak Ararayak Ara War Wamaba Rak. Let me see. Wamaba Yak. Wamaba Yak. Barawak. Verse 30. Wayahaya Ka Ashar Kala Yatazakak Laba Rak Ak Ya'ai Kwab Wayahaya Ak Yataza Ya'ai Kwab Ma'ak Banya Yataza Kwab Abayawa Wa Aishawa Akiyawa Ba'a Mataza Yadwa. Verse 31. Wa Aish Gam Hawa'a Mata'aim Mata'aimyam Wayaba'a La'abiyawa Wayamar La'abiyawa Yaquam Abiyah Waya Akal Mataza Yad Banawa Ba'aiba War Dabawa Dabarak Niya Napashak. Verse 32. Wayamar Lawa Yataza Kak Abayawa Maya Ata Wayamar Anya Anak Bakarat Aishwa. Verse 33. Wayakarad Yataza Kak Karada Gadala I Ma'ad Wayamar Maya Apawa Hawa'a Hatazad Tazayad Waya Ba'a Laya Waya Akal Makal Bataram Dabawa'a Wa'a Barakawa Wa'aba Barak Hawa Gam Barawak Yahya. Verse 34. Kashamai Aishwa Ap Dabaria Abara. It's like it. Abayawa Waya Taza Aikwa Gadala Wamara Aid Amar Waya Amar La Abadiawa Barakanya Gam Anya Abiyah. Verse 35. Waya Kwak Salakia. I started the wrong slide. Salakia. Waya Amar Ba'a Achayak Ba'a Bamara Ma Waya Kwak Barakadak. Alright. Back to the English. Genesis chapter 27, verse 29. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be out of wines over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. Verse 30. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from hunting. Verse 31. And he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless thee. Verse 32. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. 33. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, Who? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. So he's like, where is he that y'all just blessed? Because he thought he already blessed Esau. And he said, yea, and he shall be blessed. He's already blessed. In other words, verse 34, and when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, just like an oppressor. When things don't go their way, they cry. They get angry. That's why you have Karens. That's why you have oppressors that wanted to put us in captivity, because they think that they're better than us. And according to the Bible, they're not better than us. And when things don't go their way, when things don't happen the way that they picture it happen in their mind, they get violent. They get angry. They cry. They get bitter. And they are very hateful. So this is just showing even more character of who Esau is. You understand? You got nuts out here to teach that the Edomites are Arabs. You understand? When the Arabs know that they come from Ishmael. Hell, even so-called white people do know that they come from Edom. They know it. They know it. We don't know it. We don't want to live without our oppressor, just like we didn't want to live without the Egyptians when we came out of captivity in Egypt. We just can't see ourselves separated from our oppressor. So we make all these excuses of who the devil is, who the oppressor is, who Esau is, when the Bible is giving a clear description of his character, his manner, and who he is right here in this very chapter. From Genesis the 25th chapter, since they were born, and we're here in 27 and 35 reading how Esau is such a vile and disgusting person and a sore loser. That's why they want to go to war with everybody, because they are sore losers. They want to conquer everybody because they are sore losers. You understand? Jacob got the blessing. You sold your birthrights. You didn't give a damn about your birthrights. You went and married heathen women, and you still want to be blessed.
I'm happy.
Even though you're wicked. Even though you wasn't chosen. You understand? You want something. The oppressor wants things and doesn't deserve it. So what do? They go and take it. They go and take it. They don't deserve anything. Verse 34, and when he heard Esau, and when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, my father. Verse 35, and he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and have taken away thy blessing. You understand? So, give it up to the Lord for that. Give it up to Rebecca for that, and Jacob for that we got the blessing. Now, what do blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians have to do? We have to earn our blessing. We can't just walk into the kingdom of heaven like how we've been taught in the Christian church. We just not are blessed because we wake up and fall to our knees, or when we get out of bed and thank the Lord for another day. That's not a blessing. A blessing, according to the Bible, is our inheritance. And the inheritance of blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians is the kingdom of heaven, ruled over and governed by the Most High Christ and the 144,000, the government of the new kingdom of heaven, which is going to be here on earth, ran by blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Our oppressor, Esau, the Edomites, they will no longer be in authority. But God's chosen people will be in authority of the new kingdom of heaven. That's a real blessing. Serving the Lord is the real blessing. Having a culture is the real blessing. Learning your identity, coming inside the Isupk, putting away all the wickedness we learned in the Christian church, that's a real blessing. Your children don't have to go outside and worried about being killed or unalived. Salakia. Sisters who can come in here and don't have to worry about being sex trafficked because we're protected by the Lord. You understand? And our families are protected by the men established under Commander Junehana. We're protected by the men of the Lord. You come in here, your life will change. But there's going to take sacrifices. You're not going to be able to smoke weed. You're not going to be able to commit adultery. You're not going to be able to sell drugs. These things are little and minor things to do when you're talking about serving the Most High God. That's nothing. Stop smoking weed. You should be thankful you don't smoke weed no more and can come in here and change your life and be protected by the men of the Lord and be protected by the Most High God. That's a small price to pay when we're considering the kingdom of heaven, ruling the entire kingdom of heaven. That's nothing. You understand? What we have to do is come back together and serve our power and say to hell with our oppressor, Esau, the so-called white man. We got to stand up for our nation like Rebecca did. And with that, I mind you, just us up here. Well, just me up here, Salaki. Make sure my belt's not falling down. La Yashala. Alright, everybody else, I Madium, which means to stand. Wapanya Akwadam, which means turn the face to each. Sar. We're going to be closing out with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malapaka, Taba'a, Ratazak, Ayah, Shaba, Ratazak, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakam, Kao, Yawam, Masalak Lanawa, Kawa Wap Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawa Wap Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabiya Nawa, Banasaya Wan, Abal, Awashaya Nawa, Mayan Rai, Kayalaka, Malakwa, Wa'ala, Ratapar, Rap, Awalamyum, Aman, in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh, Baba Kasha, Nathan Lanawa, Hakak, Hakat, La Pa'a, Kal Makala, Wakal Marawa, Hakar, Salaki, Wakal Marawa, Hakat, La Tahar, Hamatazarayam, Hakat, La Hakwim, Hamathium, Hakat, Albakawa, Tamala, the Garshan, by Shimya Washah, the Wada Aman in English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against the unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh, thank you. So be it. Prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh, Barak Lanawa, by Yasha'Allah, Waha, by Saparium, Barak, Rapah, Magun, Hagun, by Shem Yahweh, the Wada Aman. What we just said was, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones. In the name of Yahweh, thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahaharyam, Ma'ayanya, Ba'a, Isaiah, Ma'ayim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Ayatan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hanala, Ayanawam, Wala'aya, Yashan, Shawamar, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Ashamash, La'a, Yakayaka, Wayarat, Walayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Ra, Yashamar, Akna Pashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'aka, Waba'aka, Ma'ita, Wa'aida, Walam, Aman. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, al dabayalaka, al thakarash, wa al thashakwat, al kayahana, al yabika, yahama yawan, wa mashanaka, nashawa, wa ash al amika, yarayam, sawad, wa yataya tazawa, al tazap pawanyaka, or mawa, lakawa, wa nakakiram, magoya, wa laaya zakar, sham yashal, iwad, kaya, na wa tazawa, lab yakadwa, auyaka, waryaf yakarafwa, Ahau Yadawam Mayashmaoyam Mawaba Wahagarium Gabal Waimawan Wamalak Palashap I'm Yashabia Tazawar Gamashawar Nalawai Imam Haiwa Zarawai Labanya Lawat Salah Aisha Laham Kamadium Kasayasara Kayabia Badnakal Wayashwan Neshamado by Yanda Ra Haiwa, the man La Dama Shiatamwa, Nadiatma, Kai Ra, Wakazaba, Wakazaba, Wakazalmanai, Kal Nasaya Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayarashal, Nawa Ap, Nawap, Alahayam, Alahaya Shayatamwa, Kagaga, Kakwash, Lapanya Raka, Kaash, Debra Yara, Wakalahaba, Delahat, Haryam, Khan, Deradapma, Basaaraka, Wabasawa Patka, Debahalom, Malaa, Panyahom, Kwawan, where you Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahweh, your Bashwa, where you Baawa, Idi, where you Kaparwa, where you Abadwa, where you Daiwa, Kaya, La Shamka, Yahweh, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al Ka, Rataza, Aman. In English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asa also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisir, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kasan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeb, yea, all the princes as Zabah, and as Zamunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flames setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So be it. Sar, which means to turn. Sisters, Yashabia, which means to be seated. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Imadi, Barak, Yahba Shimi Ashab Brakathon, Yajimatah, sisters. Salaki, not Imajim. Yeah, Imajim, which means to stand. Brothers, Sar, face the sisters. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imadi, Barak, Yahweh Shema Lataba Shim Yahweh Shah, Yajimatah. Dismiss.